national leaders, members of the Free State Legislature, executive mayors, mayors and councillors, deputy director general of the province, heads of the departments, CEOs, and provincial public entities, chairperson of the executive provincial boards, distinguished guests of the Free State province, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Madam Makume, Madam Speaker, as we commemorate the first years of freedom, we are reminded that democracy is not an event, but a journey, a continuous process that must be nurtured, deepened, and translated to real and lasting change in the lives of all. We are equally reminded of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, which acknowledges the injustice of the past. Through our freely elected representatives, we have adopted the Constitution as the supreme law of the country, with the express and intentional purpose to, number one, heal the divisions of the past and establish a society based on democratic values, social justice, and fundamental human rights. Two, lay the foundations for a democratic and open society in which government is based on the will of the people, of citizens, and free, and every citizen is equally protected by law. Number three, improve the quality of life of all citizens and free the potential of each person, and lastly, to build a united democratic South Africa able to take its rightful place as a sovereign state in the family of nations. This month, we pause to reflect on the progress we have made as a province and a country. We also take the opportunity to re-examine the work that lies ahead as we strive to build a more just, equitable, and prosperous society. Honorable Speaker, economic freedom is a fundamental human dignity for millions of our people. The true measures of freedom lies in access to economic opportunities, quality services, and an enabling environment in which they can thrive. This is why the work of the Provincial Treasury is about far more than managing public finances. It is about fostering economic transformation, enabling inclusive development, and sustaining the very foundations of our democracy. Freedom Month compels us to ask ourselves, have we done enough to change the lives of our poor people, the unemployed, and the marginalized? The answers to these questions are not found in speeches or slogans, but in the manner in which we plan, allocate, spend, and monitor public resources. Our performance as stewards of the public purse must reflect a commitment to improving the lived realities of our people. As custodians of the provincial fiscus, our sacred duty is to ensure that freedom is not undermined by wasteful expenditure, corruption, or inefficiency. Every mismanagement run is a missed opportunity, an opportunity to uplift the household, to build a school, maintain critical infrastructure, or provide clean to a rural village. Honorable members, as we reflect during this Freedom Month, let us renew our commitment to the principles of good governance, transparency, and fiscal discipline. Let us continue to build a public finance system that supports service delivery, economic growth, and the employment of all citizens, particularly the most vulnerable. In doing so, we give practical meaning to the freedom we celebrate, and we honor the leaders of those who paved the way for our democracy. Let us continue to make freedom real, measurable, meaningful in the lives of our people. May our actions and stewardship reflect the hopes of our nation and the values of the Constitution. Madam Speaker, the global economy is faced with new challenges of protectionism, persistent inflationary pressures, geopolitical instability, and structural shifts. The proposed U.S. tariffs present significant challenges and disruptions to international trade. Already global stock markets have tumbled because of these proposed tariffs. The rand also took a knock, trading at its all-time low on Wednesday, 9 April 2025, exacerbated by uncertainty over the country's government of national unity. These developments do not add well with our provincial economy, which is already under strain. The Free State economy contracted by 0.1% in 2025-2024 and is projected to grow by 1.5% in 2025, driven by, among others, agriculture, trade, construction, finance, and transportation. However, sustainable economic growth will require decisive reforms in energy, logistics, and investment facilitation, alongside strengthening public-private partnerships and targeted SME support. Attracting foreign and domestic investment while aligning skills development and industry needs will be fundamental to achieving long-term economic resilience. The focus should also be on job creation, inclusive and sustainable growth. Honourable Speaker, allow us to provide details of the vote allocation per program. The Provincial Treasury is allocated a total amount of 384 million for the 2025-2026 financial year. This amount is disaggregated across the various programs as follows. Program 1, which deals with administration, we have set aside 133 million. Program 2, which deals with sustainable resource management, we have set aside 65.8 million. Program 3, which deals with asset and liabilities management, we have set aside 72.5 million. Program 4, which deals with financial governance, we have set aside 34.1 million. And Program 5, which is the municipal finance management responsibility, we have set aside 78.4 million. Now I'll start with Program 1. The role of this program is to provide leadership and strategic management in accordance with legislation, regulations, and policies, as well as to ensure that there are appropriate support services to all our programs. Honourable Speaker, as we reflect on the allocations within this year's budget, it is honourably important to acknowledge not only the visible output of our programs, but also the crucial machinery that enables them to function. Allow me to share a simple analogy. Imagine Provincial Treasury as a symphony orchestra performing a complex and beautiful piece of music. The line functionaries and departmental leaders are like the musicians and the conductor. They are the ones in the spotlight, delivering the performance that the public sees and hears. But behind that performance is a dedicated and often unseen group, the stage crew. These are the people who prepare the stage, tune the instruments, manage the sheet, the music, adjust the lighting, and ensure that each performer is ready to shine. In much the same way, our administrative support services form the backbone of our department's operation. They may not be the ones playing the music, but without them, the show simply cannot go on. They manage staffing, budgets, logistics, and operational planning, just as the backstage crew ensures everything flows seamlessly behind the scenes. The cybersecurity. Honourable members, the cybersecurity has become an essential pillar in the safeguarding sensitive government information and upholding public confidence, particularly as cyber threats continue to evolve in sophistication and scale. In recognition of this growing risk, the Provincial Treasury, in collaboration with the Office of the Premier, will be strengthening the cybersecurity measures across all provincial administration. This investment marks the beginning of a broader effort to institutionalize the cybersecurity as a core component of the ICT governance and service delivery in the province. Currently, departments are operating in largely decentralized manner when it comes to cybersecurity and ICT risk management. This fragmented approach leaves gaps in oversight, coherency, and resources optimization. As such, there is a clear need to rationalize efforts and begin conceptualizing a centrally managed Provincial Cyber Security Operations Center, the PCOC. This envisioned center will consolidate monitoring, threat intelligence, and response capabilities under a unified architecture. It will also require significant ICT infrastructure, planning and shared governance models. The strategic areas of collaboration will include the following: strengthening ICT governance, securing financial systems, capacity building, and strategic alignment. The integrated approach will ensure that the Free State government is well positioned to mitigate cyber risk, protect public sector assets, and foster trust in digital government services. Honourable Speaker, we wish to reiterate the importance of the skills body as a strategic and empowering intervention, not a punitive measure. This process is not intended to attack or marginalize employees with limited qualifications or experiences. Rather, it is a developmental initiative designed to identify skills gaps and provide the necessary support to close them. The Provincial Treasury, in partnership with the Office of the Premier, will lead the critical initiative. Our ultimate goal is to build a capable and skilled public services, one that is equipped to deliver quality services and respond effectively to the needs of our communities. The role of this program, Sustainable Resource Management Program 2, is to provide original and professional advice and support on provisional economic analysis, fiscal policy and management of annual budget processes, and the implementation of provisional budgets, review of the baseline allocations. Honourable Speaker, as the custodian of the provincial budget, the Free State Provincial Treasury will be leading the efforts to strengthen fiscal discipline and drive efficiencies and ensure that our limited resources are optimally allocated and effectively utilized. The strengthening of the provincial budget begins with rigorous review of the existing budget baselines. We can no longer afford to allocate resources based purely on historical patterns without questioning effectiveness, efficiency, and relevance of such. The review of the baseline allocations will be undertaken with two primary objectives. That is, to identify and address inefficiencies with a view to improve the effectiveness of our spending, and lastly, to unlock funding for critical provincial priorities and budget pressures. This exercise is not a paper process. It involves close cooperation with departments to ensure that each line item is interrogated, every program is evaluated, and every grant is accounted for. I want to repeat this one. This exercise is not just a paper process. It involves close collaboration with departments to ensure that each line is interrogated, every program is evaluated, and every grant is accounted for. Honourable Speaker, in addition to the budget baseline reviews, the Free State Province will be participating in the spending reviews in partnership with the National Treasury and other key stakeholders. These reviews are aimed at assessing value derived from major spending areas, assessing the efficiency and impact of government programs. Basically, these spending reviews represent a shift from compliance-based budgeting to performance-informed budgeting, a key pillar of sustainable fiscal reform. Honourable members, as we advance during the tabling of the provincial budget, the Free State Provincial Treasury will continue to monitor strict adherence by departments and entities to provincial cost containment measures, which are aimed at reducing spending on non-core items and directing savings towards critical service delivery areas. Speaker, we must emphasize that cost containment is not just a financial strategy. It is a moral imperative. We owe it to our citizens to ensure that every rand is spent with care, purpose, and measurable impact. We must continually pursue more efficient ways to maximize value for money in government programs until fiscal situation improves. Honourable members, strengthening oversight mechanism is central to our mission, especially on catalytic programs such as infrastructure investment. This role is underscored by Section 18 of the Public Finance Management Act, which mandates the Provincial Treasury to exercise oversight over the financial management of all provincial departments and public entities. Allow me to remind this August House that among the key powers and functions entrusted to us as Treasury are the following: exercise control over the implementation of the provincial budget, must issue provincial treasury instructions not inconsistent with PFMA must intervene by taking appropriate steps, which may include withholding of funds to address a serious or persistent material breach of PFMA by a provincial department or a provincial entity, and may do anything further that is necessary to fulfill its responsibilities effectively. To this end, in this financial year and going forward, we will intensify our oversight role on expenditure control, infrastructure delivery management. We must curb delays, budget overruns, and non-compliance infrastructure delivery, which tend to weaken development outcomes and erode public trust in government. However, to address the provincial pressure, will implement stricter monitoring framework for infrastructure projects, improve planning and costing accuracy throughout the technical support, through the technical support and the training, ensure alignment between infrastructure spending and long-term provincial development goals, strengthen our monitoring structures by ensuring that the MEC for Finance and the head of the Department for Provincial Treasury preside over quarterly infrastructure and its expenditure review meetings. These sessions will serve as platforms where departments are held accountable for their respective infrastructure projects and expenditure trends. We will further reinforce the infrastructure delivery management system, the DMS, the IDS, to improve the life cycle management of infrastructure projects from conception to completion. Speaker, the support provided to municipalities in relation to infrastructure delivery will continue in 2025-2026. We are equally delighted that approval for the implementation of PIN2 has been granted by the National Treasury. This program seeks to enhance the efficiency of municipal infrastructure plans and implementation. The Provincial Treasury will drive the implementation of the PIN2 phase and will continue building municipal capacity capabilities, infrastructure procurement, knowledge management, and improve governance and sustainable infrastructure service delivery. Honourable Speaker, compensation of employees continues to consume a significant portion of our provincial budget. While we value a skilled and motivated public service, the current wage bill is unsustainable. We welcome the early retirement initiative introduced by the National Treasury, which we believe will be positively received by the colleagues aged 55 and above. We further believe the Office of the Premier will lead provincial departments in considering staff rationalization, guided by the skills audits. These measures, among others, are necessary steps towards ensuring that the wage bill is sustainable and that the departments are structured for maximum effectiveness. In the last year's board speech, we emphasized the urgent need for the province to enhance own revenue mobilization capabilities. Honourable members, today we are proud to report that these efforts have yielded encouraging results. We have registered significant improvements in revenue collection. The revenue collected as at the end of February 2024 exceeded our hourly target of 2025 financial year. This is not just a counting milestone. It is a sign of improved compliance, enhanced governance, and eliminating culture of accountability across our revenue-generating institutions. However, we must be realistic. Transfers from national fiscals are no longer sufficient to fund all our provincial priorities. While we are grateful for these allocations, they are increasingly constrained by national economic pressures and cannot alone drive the transformation with inversion for the fiscal. We must accelerate our efforts and expand and strengthen our own revenue base, not as an optional reform, but as a strategic imperative. We are not only safeguarding our fiscal integrity, we are laying a foundation for a more self-reliant and self-resilient province. Every rand collected is a step towards a better world, better hospital, safer community, and growing economy that benefits all. The decision-making is informed by research, is essential for effective governance, sound policy development, strategic planning, and efficient budgeting. We are pleased to report that in 2024, we hosted a highly successful research colloquium featuring exciting and insightful presentations from young and old academics at the Central University of Technology and the University of the Free State, as well as other established researchers. In the current financial year, we are proud to continue this important initiative and we once again host the annual Provincial Research Colloquium in partnership with CUT and UFS and other stakeholders. Speaker, in addition to the Research Colloquium, the Provincial Treasury will publish the Socio-Economic Review and Outlook, the Municipal Economic Review and Outlook, and the Medium-Term Budget Policy Statement for the province, which we believe will assist our stakeholders in executing their respective works. The role of this program is to provide policy direction, facilitate effective and efficient management of assets, liabilities and financial management system, and procure transversal and cross-cutting goods and services. The 30-day payment. The financial capacity of our provincial departments and entities has experienced notable deterioration over the past 2 financial years. This decline is evidenced by the persistent challenges of the Free State provincial departments and entities faced in meeting their obligations to pay suppliers within the prescribed 30-day period. Accruals from previous financial years continue to rise annually. This has been further compounded by inadequate cash flow, which has in turn resulted in the ability of some departments and entities to honor payments owed to suppliers from prior financial years. These monthly obligations have exerted significant pressure on the current department and the budget. The Free State Provincial Treasury remains steadfast in its oversight role. We will continue to closely monitor the performance of all departments and public entities, particularly their compliance with the 30-day payment requirement. Furthermore, we are committed to providing the necessary support and guidance to help departments address and resolve the root causes of non-compliance. Unethical behavior. In response to unethical behavior and alleged corrupt practices within our government system, particularly instances where certain officials have reportedly demanded payment or so-called toll gates from suppliers, the Free State Provincial Treasury has over the years implemented robust grievance processes. This mechanism enables suppliers and stakeholders to report unethical conduct and suspected corrupt activities within the provincial government framework. This reporting system ensures that the relevant accounting officers are empowered to investigate allegations, hold implicated individuals accountable, and enforce consequence management where necessary. Such measures reflect our continued commitment to promoting integrity, transparency, and ethical governance. The verification of staff or headcount. To address the persistent issue of verification of staff, the Free State Provincial Treasury is mandated to manage and maintain the PESAL system within the province. As part of this mandate, the Treasury provides technical support across all transversal systems and continues to build capacity within provincial departments to ensure these systems are used efficiently and effectively. To help departments align their personnel compensation budgets with the actual staffing reflected on the PESAL system, the Treasury is committed to assisting with the implementation of account exercise. This strategy is critical to ensure that personnel budgets correspond with verified scarcity structures, enabling departments to plan and make decisions based on an accurate and reliable workforce strategy. Honorable members, as we highlighted during the taking of the provincial budget speech, the Provincial Treasury and the Office of the Premier, in collaboration with other departments, will spearhead a campaign under the theme, "Where is who and who is where?" This initiative aims to accurately verify the placement and the existence of personnel across provincial administration. Through this campaign, we intend to identify and significantly reduce the number of possible ghost employees within the system, thereby promoting efficiency, accountability, and the prudent of the use of public resources. Programme 4. The role of the financial governance program is to promote accountability through substantive reflection of financial activities of the province, as well as now that for the first time in 9 years, the provincial PFMA audit outcomes had no adverse or disclaimer audit opinion. 10 of the 13 provincial departments, that including legislature, were able to obtain either a clean or unqualified audit with opinion for the 2023-2024 financial year. The audit outcomes for the 2023-2024 financial year again showed a slight improvement, with provincial treasury, legislature, and housing fund obtaining unqualified with no findings, means the clean audit opinions, while 2 departments, namely sports, arts, culture, and education, as well as human settlement, improved from qualified audit opinion to unqualified with findings audit opinions. Free State Development Corporation has improved from adversarial or to a qualified audit opinion. Honorable Speaker, to enhance the quality of the annual financial statement and to consequently quality of consolidated financial statement in the 2023-2024 financial year, the Provincial Treasury has embarked on a number of initiatives, which amongst others includes the following: the quarterly interim financial statements of all departments, biannual financial of public entities, trading entities, the housing fund, and the legislature were assessed, and detailed assessment reports were provided by the accounting officers and CEOs with clear guidance on rectifications to be done. Monthly assessment letters are issued to the department heads and CEOs of the entities on the key control metrics, and monthly and quarterly combined reports are submitted to the MEC, Finance, Tourism, and Economic Development to forward the executive authorities for intervention if required, and the assessment reports are also forwarded to the chief audit executives and chairpersons of audit committees for their information and enhancement of their oversight. Honorable Speaker, it is imperative to bring to the attention of this other house between that the province has recorded significant progress in keeping unwanted expenditure between the 2022-2023 and 2023-2024 financial years. This marks a commendable milestone of which we as a province can be proud. However, we remain mindful that more effort is required to sustain and build on this progress. Departments and entities should still do more to carry and finalize accumulated outstanding investigations. At the heart of building a capable and developmental state lies the Provincial Treasury's unwavering commitment to capacity building and oversight. To strengthen the internal audit function across the Free State government, the Provincial Treasury coordinated targeted training programs for internal auditors within departments, public entities, and municipalities. These programs included capacity building for implementing the global internal auditing standards, ensuring alignment with international best practices. Additionally, specialized training on the auditing of performance information was provided to enhance the quality and reliability of the performance data reported by the departments and entities. This forms part of our broader strategy to improve compliance, transparency, and performance accountability within public sectors. The Provincial Treasury's footprint in driving accountability is further evident through a range of initiatives to promote ethical governance and strengthening fraud prevention systems. These include enforcing fraud and risk assessment, providing education and awareness campaign and fraud and corruption, and leverage our corporate membership and the Association of the Certified Fraud Examiners South Africa and the Institute of Risk Management South Africa to expose public servants to facet lifelong learning programs on enterprise risk management and anti-fraud strategy. It is for this reason that we also welcome the previous call today that there will be lifestyle audits. In line with the national vision of professionalizing the public sector, the Provincial Treasury will continue collaborating with professional bodies to build skills and foster excellence within public service. A notable milestone in this regard is the establishment of the Free State Northern Cape IRM-SA subcommittee, which serves as a platform to support and professionalize the risk management in both provinces. This initiative is instrumental in facilitating the path towards achieving certified risk practitioners status, enhancing the capacity of government institutions to manage risk effectively and effectively. The program's role, the municipal finance management. The program's role is to promote and improve financial governance and management at the local government. Honorable members, we align ourselves with the call by the Honorable President during the State of the Nation address to review local government white paper to modernize and strengthen the local government sphere. The Provincial Treasury has observed a concerning decline in the financial management capacity within our municipalities, which threatens the delivery of basic services. To respond to these challenges, an amount of 78.4 million is allocated to this program as part of calibrated strategy to support municipalities in distress. Our support will focus on critical areas including timely submission of quality annual financial statements, addressing revenue challenges and unfunded budgets, and curbing unauthorized, irregular, fruitless and wasteful expenditure. To demonstrate our quest to turn around our financial health, the following municipalities are targeted for improvement: clean audits or unqualified with no findings, the Attractingforeign district, 12 and Sitoto local municipalities, and for municipalities with disclaimers, we are intensifying our efforts to move them towards qualified audit outcomes at least. Honorable Speaker, to achieve the above, we urge municipalities to submit their draft financial statements and audit files to the Provincial Treasury for review and assessment by the 16th of August. There shouldn't be any extension that must be entertained. The Provincial Treasury will also be sourcing additional specialized support to assist with the preparation of high-quality AFS, enhancing revenue systems, and reducing the UIFWE. Honorable members, a major concern is most of our municipalities continue tapering of unfunded budgets, largely due to an unsustainable revenue basis. To address these, a dedicated municipal revenue team will be provided targeted support to 10 municipalities. We aim to increase the number of municipalities with funded budgets from 7 to at least 10 over the next 20 years. On the issue of the UIFWE, we will prioritize 10 municipalities with the highest level of such expenditure. Specialized support will be directed to Ntate and approved local municipalities. To enforce accountability, our office will hold monthly engagements with mayors in collaboration with the MEC for Octa. These meetings will also be led by the Premier. We'll track progress in areas like adoption of funded budgets, timely AFS submission, reduction of UFWE, and the billing and revenue collection improvement. We remain steadfast in our commitment to resolving the persistent challenges faced by our municipalities. These challenges include, among others, poor revenue collection, unfunded budgets, irregular fruitless and wasteful expenditure, as well as late submission of quality or qualitative annual financial statements and outcomes. Honorable members, we draw strength and inspiration from the words of the former president of the ANC in the country, Mr. Makume, who once said, I quote, "Those who complete the course will do so only because they do not, as fatigue sets in, convince themselves that the road ahead is still too long, the inclines too steep, the loneliness impossible to bear, and the price itself of doubtful value." Close quote. Honorable Speaker, improving governance requires that all stakeholders play their roles effectively. To this end, monthly joint meetings between my office and the MEC of Octa will be convened, and with the mayors to monitor funded budgets, AFS submission, and UIF reduction and revenue collection improvement, and reporting to the Premier on the progress. Honorable members, I wish to stress that all municipal leaders, mayors, MPAC or MEC chairpersons, MMCs for finance, audit committees chairs must ensure that monthly progress reports are tabled, discussed, and cancelled. These reports should track AFS preparation, the UIFW reduction, and the admin improvements. Honorable members, strengthening the capacity of provincial treasury remains a central priority as we continue to enhance financial governance and support across municipalities in the Free State. For some time now, the unit has been without a chief director, a vacancy that has impacted overall leadership and coordination of municipal financial oversight. The provincial treasury will be prioritizing the appointment of a qualified, capable, and experienced personnel to lead the critical program. This appointment is not just a filling of vacancy. It is about injecting stability, vision, and technical expertise into a unit that plays a pivotal role in promoting sound financial management at the local level. Municipalities must all implement and enforce credit control policies and bylaws while facing cost-effective tariffs over the next 3 to 5 years. At the same time, we must address inefficiencies and significant cost drivers such as MOE-related costs and contracted services. These issues contribute to unaffordable tariffs and poor service delivery. The absence of performance management in some municipalities is also of great concern and must be urgently addressed. Honorable members, improving audit outcomes in municipalities across the province remains a cornerstone in our ongoing pursuit of a sound financial government. Strengthen accountability and improve service delivery. In this regard, the provincial treasury, working in close collaboration with the Office of the Premier and the Department of Corporate Governance, continue to play a vital role in supporting municipalities in enhancing their financial management systems and institutional oversight. The coordinated effort ensures that municipalities are better positioned to meet audit standards, enforce financial controls, and adopt governance practices that are both sustainable and compliant. In line with this objective, the Honorable Premier has actively engaged with the Makume municipality despite its status as a non-delegated municipality in a concerted effort to improve its audit outcomes. These engagements, held in collaboration with the Auditor General, serve as a platform for the AGSA to provide comprehensive feedback on the metro audit performance and highlight specific collaborative actions that must be undertaken to address the identified outcomes. Furthermore, the engagement provided an opportunity to review the progress made in implementing the financial recovery plan, which remains a critical intervention to restore financial stability and operational effectiveness in that metro. Honorable provincial government's unwavering commitment to improving audit outcomes, particularly within the metro municipality, which continues to play a central role in our broader governance framework. Together we can turn around the state of local government and ensure efficient, accountable, and transparent financial. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, as we continue to address, I wish to express my deepest appreciation to the Honorable Premier for her exemplary leadership and strategic foresight. Her guidance continues to shape the trajectory of our province and inspire confidence in our plan. To my colleagues at the Executive Council, thank you for unwavering support. I also extend my sincere gratitude to the head of the department and the entire team for their exceptional work in preparing this full speech. Their diligence and steadfast commitment to prudent financial management are truly commendable. To my family, I offer my heartfelt thanks for your unwavering support and understanding. Your encouragement remains a pillar of strength in fulfilling my responsibilities. I also like to extend my sincere appreciation to the people of the state, and particularly the resilient citizens of the state. Your patience, perseverance, and continued support amid the prevailing challenges are deeply appreciated and do not go unnoticed. Let us move forward together in purpose. Honorable Speaker, allow me to quote again the President of the ANC in the country, when he once said, "Gloom and despondency have never defeated adversity. Trying times need courage and resilience. Our strength as a people is not tested during the best of times." Honorable Speaker, I table 2025-2026 Departmental.